Zdravím všechny, co se mimo kanál, tady za Stres a vítejte u dalšího pokračování našich dobrodružství v Genshinu. Dneska se vrhneme na něco velmi zajímavého a důležitého. Kdyby si mohla být tišejc. Jo, dneska to bude hodně zajímavý, máme hodně zajímavou věc na programu. Taky odposledně nevím, jestli jsem to adresoval, ale pro jistotu to zmíním, kdyby náhodou jsem to nezmínil v minulých dílech. V díle, kdy jsem se věnoval těmhletěm mikroquestům Tataraty, Saturu, Misce jednomu, tak se tady updately tyhle ty věci. A to adresnu někdy pro mě potom, protože to je věc sama o sobě, která může trvat půl hodiny plus, ale může to trvat 10 minut. Takže je těžko říct. Takže to udělám následovně. Pokud udělám to někdy v budoucnu, jelikož budu mít dost času, než se tohoto uploadne, tak to udělám někdy v budoucnu a pokud to bude relativně krátký a pokud to bude relativně krátký a tohle dnešní program bude relativně krátký, tak to sem vložím někdy teďkon. A pokud to jedna nebo obě dvě věci budou příliš dlouhý, tak to šoupnu někde jinde. Možná jsem si to změnil v jednom dílu, tak do minulý díl nebo do toho dalšího, prostě až bude nějaký díl kratší. Protože nechce se mi uploadovat několika hodinový díly, protože to už je na hraně jako z mnoha důvodů. Jako 2 hodiny max prostě je jediný, co zvládnu. Kitchen. Takže už se tě takhle zamyslím, jestli jsem něco nechtěl, jako obvykle při mých intrech do Genshinu nebo do věcí, které jsou takový jakože volným startem, než začátek sprinterského běhu na 100 metrů. Tak dalšího jsem nechtěl a čeká nás velmi zajímavý a zábavou nabitý program, takže se do toho rovnou vrhnem. Takže dneska se budeme věnovat charakter side story questu Raiden Shogun Act 2. Yep. Tohle je ta věc, která nás dneska čeká. Druhá Raiden Shogun, která je hodně klíčová, nebo některý určitý další charakteři požaduju, aby ona byla hotová první, než se můžu dostat k ostatním. Protože ty věci, co se staly a jak zrušila ty zákony, které to byly a lidi na to mají názory a kdo ví, co se stane v tomhle druhém aktu s ní. V prvním aktu s ní jsme se prošli městem a ukázali, jak je Inazuma City od dneška jiná od posledně, co tu byla, což bylo před možná několika sty nebo 1000 lety. Takže jo, možná byla trošku překvapena. Takže jsem zvědavý, co podnikneme teďkon. Půjdeme někam na jiný ostrov a za zajímavýma lidma, anebo půjdeme i do jiného království, nebo si aspoň popovídáme, jak je to jinde. I don't know. Ale pojďme to zjistit. Ding! Transient Dreams, Imperatrix Borsa. Cleansing Lane. Jo. Cleansing Light, protože to zní jako něco do kezmu. Což jsem pořád na to neudělal, ale nechci to nějak někam vsouvat. To, že je to hodně dlouhá věc sama na sebe. No, asi bych to měl někdy udělat. You know what? Watch out for the next part. Další díl pravděpodobně bude pokračování kezmu, protože tam je hromada věcí, která se musí udělat a je to takovej hodně dlouhý roztroušený arčík sám o sobě. Pravděpodobně to story, co se týče storyky, nebude nic hifi, ale musí se to celý projít a udělali to hodně nadlouho. Takže tomu budu muset věnovat nějaký díl někdy. Tak to udělám ten příští. Takže rozhoduju teďkon, příští díl se těšte na kezmový speciál číslo 2. Protože myslím v prvním kezmovém speciálu jsem udělal ten kezm part 1 a teď bude v podstatě kezm part 2. Takže uno momento. Tak jsem zpátky po střihu. Oficiálně jsem si to tam zapsal, takže je to oficiální. Příští díl kezm speciál part 2. Další minimálně 2hodinová porce kezm věcí, který i tak se pokusím budou spíš pravděpodobně sestříhaný a nějak ty chození budou urychlený, protože kezm zrovna je takovej prázdnej. Normálně jde prostě mi to jedno, je to součástí toho, takže prostě whatever, ale ne, kezm zrovna je takovej. Nic moc se tam neděje, ani se tam nic nemůže dít kolem, ani není na co koukat moc, je to prostě hodně velký důl, takže ne. Takže asi tak 2 až 3 hodinový speciál na kezm coming soon. Now, Cleansing Light. The Adventurers Guild and Inazuma seem to have a commission concerning the sacred Sakura. Jo, teď mě tak napadlo mezi tím, co tam jdeme, tak mě napadlo, že jak se to v podstatě sehraje, ten začátek, protože nějak se s tou danou postavou musíme setkat nějakou normální cestou. A minule jsme prostě nezašli prostě, hej, chceme vidět Raiden Shogun, můžeme? Prostě, hej, jak se máš? Prostě, on něco musí setkat, semlít, nebo něco se musí stát tak závažného, nebo něco tak high priority level, že budeme muset si s ní promluvit přímo. Že co seriózního se může stát, že prostě to eventuálně skončí, Raiden Shogun to musí vyřešit. Well, let's see.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed. As ever, I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help?
Help on the task and the compensation.
Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds, you say? To je zajímavý.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target.
Jako i tak, když se objevujou tam, kde se mají objevovat, tak se objevují spoza portálů, takže jako mohli se tam objevit všelijak.
The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already?
I believe I understand.
Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, Given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryou Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation.
Wow. Nějakou catchphrase, prostě catchy sounding. Time to make some whelps yelp. I'll send these pooches packing. Tohle je takový slightly more normal. Time to make some whelps yelp.
You have our deepest gratitude.
I'll take care of it.
Your response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say add.
Yeah, we know. Zrovna tuhletu frázi nepotřebuju slyšet znova.
The sacred Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who would have thunk it? A jelikož je to tady, to možná bude celkem OK, odsuď. A jelikož to bude... Hej, si pamatuju Hanachiru Sato. Což byla ta, co nám pomáhá v tom cleansing Sakura rituálu, která měla v sobě nějak část té Kitsune Saigu duše a měla nějaký její vzpomínky, myslím. Jo, jelikož budeme bojovat s nima hodně, tak oh, for the love of Celestia, why? Why with the big one?
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
Tak, there we go. To tam vyplivem všechno. And just die already. Jsi jenom damage sponge. To jsou tentokrát tanderáci. Tak, to využiju. Teď jsou krásně napózovaný. There we go. Vzal bych si nějakou jinou, ale oni jsou docela tough. Yeah! OK, takže jí to asi zajímá taky. No, to nevíš, to nikdy nevíš.
It's you two.
Ej.
It has been a long time.
Je to ej.
We've been knowing each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
Jo. 2 nebo 3. O můj bože, já jsem jich musel zabít 10 aspoň. Z toho jednoho big boye. What brings you out this time?
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
Oh, cool. It doesn't seem like... No, to vypadá jako kombince, tak to zkusím tak přečíst. But the commissions and the adventurers can deal with the monsters. It doesn't seem like a matter needing the Archon's attention.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
No, protože má jiný myšlenkový pochod.
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a
500
great
let.
catastrophe befell Inazuma.
500 let se stalo hodně klíčových věcí. Což myslím se stala ta Khanria 500 let vzadu, proto je to tenhle ten konkrétní rokový blok tak významný. Vlastně 500 let se stalo několik věcí, ale Khanria byla, jsem si celkem jistý, jedním z nich. Takže něco se stalo i tady. Speak.
Everything was engulfed in a pitch black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the rift hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
500 years ago. Khanria.
So you've heard of it too?
Yep.
That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Let's get to it.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
After we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Khanria.
Yeah. Pokud nám o ní řekne.
Similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage.
Jo, to jsme viděli kde.
This way.
Co je s tím? Si nic. Tak jsem si nějakou partajninou, abys to zpetřil. Musí být taky silná, protože budeme bojovat hodně. Já vezmu si jako součást grupy Shogun. Nám. Můj matýl. Tam ten komplex. Že by šli do tamtoho celého komplexu? Já jdou přímo tam.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
Jo, za jak dlouho?
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
To je speciální strom.
Huh?
Ow.
What's this?
How terrible.
Baby. Dead
I
people?
mean, how terrible.
It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Víme jeho jméno z nějakého důvodu?
Like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you...
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Wow, on nás vidí.
Run quick!
To je
while you
jiný.
still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
What exactly happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves.
Jenom se otočím vedle. No, can't find her.
I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
To musí být zajímavá reakce.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Jo, jenom to bude mít takový problém. Mám takový tušení, že ty seš trošku zaseklej v jiný časové době. A že to možná bude lehce jinak relevantní, i když trochu, protože monstra útočej momentálně taky, takže technicky vzato to trochu relevantní je.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma.
V minulosti, jo.
Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
Zaplnil své srdce nadějí a tak se jako někdo z Edo Tensei vypařuje. Is he disappearing?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity.
No, fyziku úplně ne, ale you know.
An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
I see. The same thing happened to Dusky Ming.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
You mentioned that the Shogun was absent. My už víme, že Kitsune Saigu se sebeobětovala a zemřela přitom, takže o tom je nám to jasný. He mentioned that the Shogun was absent.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria.
Aha, takže byla asi tam.
The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Aww. Is this the loss that the Miko mentioned?
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
So, you know, you can't be stuck in the past forever.
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
Yeah, that's what being human is all about.
As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
We're standing right next to her.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Yep. Nás to automaticky změnilo, i když jsem ji už měl. Nope. Vy jste bezvýznamní malíci, na vás jsem už vycvičený. Damn it. Pozor. Ty malíci pomalu se dají dobře stunlocknout, takže mají málo příležitostí. Teleport slashnout. Tak. Nic. Takhle použiju. Yep, jsem dal insta-kill. Absorbuje nějakým způsobem nechtěně špatnou energii. Are you feeling okay?
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go, no?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense. Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Yep, it's exactly like last time.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Team Master. Okay.
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
And that already happened.
Battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about...
Yes.
I need to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Protože čaj je hlavně o chuti a ne o tom, jak vypadá vizuálně. Taste a smell jsou hlavní ty věci.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do?
Let's go along with what he says for now. I want to learn more about the past, too.
Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then?
How are you not panicking, then?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life.
To je pravda.
But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart. A true dreamer.
Aww.
One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
Nedávej nám tuto filozofickou bránu. Je to příliš těžká ráda, hápka jdou dolů. This doesn't fit the definition of eternity I heard of.
So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Já mám taková random myšlenka. Co když, protože kvůli té druhé možnosti a kvůli tomu, že nemluví o eternity, kterou si Raiden Shogun představovala. Co když si celou dobu myslel, že mluvil s Raiden Shogun, ale ve skutečnosti mluvil s Kitsune Saigu?
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh?
Yep. Já jsem umřel. Tenhle týpek mě master level celkem true filozofii prostě totálně oddělal a jsem mrtvej z toho. Wow, to je hodně heavy. Okay.
Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
We can find you a tea set?
I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set?
Jen tam se
Finding a cup of
pravděpodobně.
tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
Už domluvili, takže se můžu portnout. Jak jsem zmínil předtím, chtěl bych vidět by mě zajímalo, jestli někdo to udělal jako challenge, prostě ani jednou se neportnout v příběhových momentech, jako klidně se naportovat jakože mezi questama, ale vždycky jako když dělá questy, tak prostě vždycky všude, kam chce, aby se dostavil, tak na quest prostě vždycky všude dojít manuálně.
It's the traveler. And the almighty shogun.
Cool! Si vypočíme Yashiro Commission, jo? Si počíme Teyvat.
How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Sure.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
But has a tea master really used to serve you?
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings.
Or not, in other words, ambitions.
They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's quite a lot to take in.
Tvoje filozofie je těžší než ta toho starého pána.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
It seems more in line with how humans view the world.
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
Take the compliment, bitch.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let's return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Tak, teď se tam vrátíme a nikdo tam nebude. Aromy. Předpokládám, že tady byla nějaká taky taková osada, vesnička. That kind of thing. Yep. Samozřejmě, už to není.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
One put it past him.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's how it is.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
Jako ta předchozí iluze trvala tak minutu, dvě, tak jak bychom mohli mít čas tracknout celou tu cestu do Yashiro Commissiony, vyzvednout tea set, popovídat si, pak celou tu cestu zpátky během 2 minut. Let's make our own tea.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea.
Pass.
I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready.
Yeah.
Please give it a try.
Tea is made.
So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it.
You don't need to. I understand. It's just the memories flooding back in.
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light-hearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may.
If I may. OK, to předtím bylo lighthearted, jo? Ale jak jsem řekl, tvoje filozofie je o hodně těžší na pochopení, jako už z tam toho předtím. Takže se tohle bude ještě víc heavy, tak buď to bude tak heavy, že to bude snadno pochopitelný a jako toho starého muže, anebo to bude tak komplexní na mozek, že mi to bude chvíli trvat, než si to vyprocesuju. Okay, lay it on me.
The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead.
Wow.
But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening...
Makoto had already passed away.
Yes. it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plain of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura.
Appeared? Hasn't it always been there the whole time?
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it, and yet its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Simply put, if I understand, Makoto's power somehow made that tree appear.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Yeah, I know the pain of separation too.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Have you seen my brother before?
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Yes.
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma, and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this
Yeah,
last
kind
cup
of.
tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very
The cup has been left for Furuyama. How much did he actually perceive? And how much did he let on? Tam to jsem přerušil milem. Very well. Pořád je tu Sacred Sakura, která je pod útokem. mimochodem. Jenom trošku doufám, že nevypustili celý svůj story load najednou, prostě teďkon nevyblili úplně všechno teďkon a teďkon dokonce budu párkrát fightit, párkrát se projdu a pak that's it, tramtadada, it's over.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. Shine down!
Farewell to the past. Byla sranda, když ji byla na vás forsnou, tak kdyby jí ten level snižovali postupně. Kdyby postupně měla 90, 80, 70. Yep. No! Není. Just because... Tam jednu šoupnu, no. She's fitting up like the 90s Dell computer.
Now you shall perish. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
Don't force it.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters. Look, that's the same light again.
Jestli jí nevysávají sílu. Time for another trip down memory lane. Další samurajové, tak nic. Samurajové se nepočítají, těch je milion.
Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end. Come on, men. They're coming back for more. Let's get them.
Don't. It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
An unwavering commitment to resistance, so full of hope.
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Budou mi pomáhat konečně? Jo, budou bojovat v pozadí s fantomama, který nejsou reální. A já ji mám taky, hro.
There is no escape. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Motion to compel.
Jako to mixuju.
Leave it up to me.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Je to hodně terén a ta stěna silového pole, tak to moc není vidět. Protože jsem byl částečně ve zdi.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Napravo týpek s Anemo a uprostřed týpek s kryovizí. We have no business disrupting the reality they are experiencing. Great, thanks, I appreciate it.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Oh, thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
And they're gone.
They're gone.
The illusion swirls away. Was that a promise to them? Or was it a promise to yourself?
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done.
Humans are worthy of your trust.
Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up!
Jo, to sochování. To se pořád ještě neadresovalo. Hej!
What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
Je to nějak spojený s něčím, co proběhlo v posledních pár minutách?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
Do you need to take a rest somewhere special?
No need. She is calling me. The time has come.
Co, čas na Mortal Plane jako vypršel?
Can you help me walk?
Znamená?
I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Take the first steps into the future. Dolů a dolů a dolů.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
Are you alright?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands.
Wow.
The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
The gate sucks us in jako černá díra and the world swirls away. Probereme se na druhé straně.
Paimon's dizzy. Where do we get sucked into this time?
Druhá plane of Euthymia v podstatě.
Whoa. This place...
It does look very similar to the plane of Euthymia.
Look over there. It's another A.
Tomu nevěřím.
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait, Paimon knows that voice. Is that the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct. Don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait. The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse. Are you alright now?
Záleží na úhlu pohledu. A jo, je v pořádku.
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
I think you mentioned this before. This is her system to safeguard against modifications to eternity.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this. It's a bit extreme.
Ani ne, prostě to nech.
Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day.
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something?
Mohli bys... To je jako přemýšlet, jestli bychom mohli jí rozmluvit ten Vision Hunt Decree, když jsme sem prvně přešli. Proč jí to prostě nerozmluvíme? Prostě za ní zajdeme a rozmluvíme jí to. Jo, protože to je totálně reálný. Isn't someone who leaves herself an escape route?
But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
Jo, ale vize jsou jiný.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm.
Oh, I love
It
it.
is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun.
Já miluju tenhle sound effect. Please continue.
It inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A.
Alright.
In the end, Even the proud and
Oh,
mighty
fuck.
Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Inazuma shines eternal! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
To je celkem normální.
Now you shall
Hádejte co, je to dobitý znova.
weak, pathetic. Illusions are but distractions.
I don't know which one is which. Já jsem speciálně vycvičený Pokémon, abych věděl, který z double teamu je ten pravej.
Will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcendent. There is no escape. Ha! Weak. Inazuma shines eternal.
Done.
Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
Kdo ví? Ale ta ultina je v podstatě instakill.
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
Should the Shogun isn't invincible.
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking. One that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her.
What will happen to Inazuma in the meantime? What if they need you?
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them.
Everyone looks to the Shogun for hope.
I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Miko is now the new Shogun.
pass on my words.
Hey! Oh. The world swirls away. Jak jsme vtaženi zpátky.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever?
Jo. Je to něco, co se musí stát a prej to zabere až několik století, takže goodbye. Může být v podstatě mrtvá for all we care. To už nikdy neuvidíme.
She was making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still.
A has no physical body anymore and has to rely on the Shogun. This can't be the only way.
Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again.
We're not about to leave her just yet. After all, her work here isn't done.
Yeah, we should help her out like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there.
A co uděláme? Postavíme tady nějaký stráže?
Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel time on now. Okay, maybe if we both ram into it at the same time really, really hard.
Well, the current most wise person is Yaimiko, so let's talk to her.
Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm playing thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. All right, up the mountain we go.
In any case, potřebujeme jí říct, že je nová Shogun. All hail the new Shogun. Jak bys to zkombinoval, nevím. Já je Shogun, no, Miko Shogun. All hail Miko Shogun. A změním, jelikož to už není relevantní.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you.
Yeah, kind of. Taky gratuluju si nová Shogun. All hail Miko Shogun.
I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Wow. Paimon, get to the point.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A.
We tell about everything that's happened so far.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now?
She rushed into it without thinking, and besides, it was very serious.
Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Já taky nevím, ale pořád jí musíme říct, že je nová Shogun, nebo že prostě bude nový lídr.
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like?
I wasn't really paying attention, but I didn't notice any big differences.
Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Okay. Sure. Whee!
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be.
Liška prohraná.
To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Nevidí to ve 4K, ale ve 360p. Stačí?
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, I might stay here then. You two can go in.
You're not gonna abandon me, are you?
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Paimon had it up to here with both of you! Oh, fine! Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Okay.
Well then,
You
the
can do
door's
it.
open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Okay. I guess. Hádám, že to, co jsme s A dělali posledních tak 10-15 minut plus minus, teď a co po nás chtěla a co jsme dělali, tak teďkon totálně vymažeme a přinutíme ji hodit zpátečku až na začátek toho segmentu a uděláme něco jiného. Takže celý tamto prostě nemá žádnou váhu, protože teď jdeme přemazat a prostě jí přesvědčit, ať dělá něco jiného místo toho. Já myslel, že Jaimiko bude nová Raiden Shogun, že prostě ona se vrátí po určitým timeskipu a prostě that's it. Prostě I guess no.
You better know what you're doing.
We will not fail.
That's enough chatter. Get to work.
Yes, ma'am. Pamatuješ, co říkala? Heartfelt wish, strong will, takové věci.
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Yep. Vypadá to úplně stejně jako předtím. Kdo by to čekal? Jako... Tři slova. Nepodceňuj tvého kompaniona. Nebo jaký je přesný termín. Nepodceňuj svoji kompanionku.
How can this be?
Změna plánu. Tvůj kompanion si to pěkně rychle rozmyslel, tvoje nápady, a teď jsme tu, abychom tě zastavili.
You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
What do you mean by all these years?
This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps.
Jo, tak trochu.
Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago.
Cool.
Final duel? So you're finally willing to stand back, traveler.
Are you going to put in all of this already?
I'm going to be the start of something new.
A prosím, nenuďte mě dělat ten souboj znova. Nechci. Už mě to přestalo bavit.
The time our duels took to fight.
Ne.
Enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. Energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Illusion shattered.
Oh.
Inferior. Shine down.
Můžu si dát tohleto? Ať to odsejpá trochu.
There is no escape.
Ať se dostanu tedy na další fázi, která tam nevinutelně bude bez tak. Ale doufám, aby nebyla. Může prostě domlátit? Cool.
This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin.
Meč.
The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto.
Previous Shogun.
Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Neposlouchala si posledních 60 sekund? The sword is glowing?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness.
Ona si tam uložila část svojí duše? Really?
I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
OK. Může někdo explainout tenhle ten skoro doslovnej Deus Ex Machina?
Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end.
Jo, jenom to trvalo 500 let a uvnitř tohohle Pocket Realmu dalších 500 let. Ale no dobrý.
I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said.
Mi připomíná způsoby čtvrtýho Hokageho v Narutovi. Jak prostě zakomponoval svoji duši a Kušininu duši, aby prostě oba dva se objevili v určitý čas šíleně dlouho, prostě roky potom, co to udělali. Prostě Makoto udělal něco obdobného jako... Really? 500 plus 500 let pro něj jako... OK.
There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place, was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
Yes! Je to cinematic. Ding!
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. The nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick?
Wow.
This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Shoo.
Goodbye, Makoto.
Yeah. Anyway, na druhé straně, after leaving the shrine, you lay everything to your
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
Time travel. Solution? Time travel.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
I saw wonderful things inside that place. Time was moving forward and backwards at the same time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean, but perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this, Istarot. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Jelikož to ani neřekla, tohle je nějaká tajná silent line, tak to rovno prodiskutuju. Istarot, to může být kdokoliv, třeba to může být jméno té udržovatelky těch Heavenly Principles, což byl termín, který byl zmíněný v tom cinematiku. Tak to může být jméno té ženský. Ale whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all je reference, že ať je ta Istarot s tím spojena nebo ne, tak solution from Makoto is the thing that saved us all. Regardless whether Istarot was connected to it, Makoto is the one that saved us all.
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No.
Oh.
But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Is that significant?
At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
No tak, všechno nemůže být jenom mojí zásluhou. Jeden den to musíte vyřešit sami.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
Perhaps this is what the Shogun meant by the inevitability of fate.
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day.
Yeah, Makoto was brilliant. Jako teď, jak to všechno sesumíroval, tak to z hlavy nemůžu dostat ještě víc, prostě. Makoto is Minato confirmed.
I just planted a seed.
Your words and hers were both indispensable.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
The final act might have been a simple one, but getting there was the result of countless efforts coming together. Just because the cause and effect ended up a bit back and forth, doesn't mean you should undervalue the part you played.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on.
Aww.
You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Yep.
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days?
Yes.
Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
Yeah, to je docela hodně velký.
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
But out of those challenges will be born new opportunities.
I'm looking forward to it.
Ding! Dream Sakurai. Single Sakura petal. Yay. First off. Jo, to je to předtím. Dream Sakura. You held a single Sakura petal in your hand before leaving Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. Its existence is a mystery. It appears no different from ordinary Sakura petals, and there it silently sits in your storage just like any of the others. But you can no longer touch it, nor can you feel its weight or warmth. When an object loses any of the attributes that one would normally ascribe to it, how can its existence be proven for sure? As you think back on the many sights the petal must have witnessed in the past, a certain guess comes to mind. That which sustains the Sakura petal's existence must be someone's will. But as to who this person is, and whether they are intentionally or unintentionally keeping this petal in existence, neither can be known, nor can you prove whether that willpower is one derived from yearning, trust, or gratitude. Perhaps when that person's will changes, so too will the Sakura petal disappear. Just to be safe, it might be best to check back from time to time and see if it still exists. Yep. Shush.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Question time! Question time! To je useknutý. About the challenges, do you have any idea what that might be?
Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses. These are the issues that I must work to solve.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be able to sell entrance tickets to the Grand Narukami Shrine in the future.
Honestly, Miko, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
About the gaze of the gods?
Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because that was her duty. But now, I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty, but a joy too. She loved humanity very dearly.
If the people of the past deserve the gods' attention, then so do the people of the future.
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and dreams. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Whew, to už hodněkrát. About the centuries of dueling. Anything special about it?
To put it bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight. Faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life, safe to say. Were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not have been up to the challenge, and through it all, you also had your part to play. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Já, jak by se dal čekat, není o tom moc co říct. Prostě to bylo samý boj, nepřetržitý a trvalo to dlouho. Tohle se necháme poslední, protože to byla poenta celého tohohle od začátku. Já Miko said she was poisoning her gut.
Yai Miko said nothing of the sort. And the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she is still present.
Jako já nevím polovinu z těchto věcí, jak k čemu se to váže, kdy jsem to řekl, nebo kdy to si to Lumina pomyslela, že don't look at me.
Some words are not to be passed on. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Ooh, I suddenly want some fried tofu.
Oh, look, cookies.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Možná je tohleto jako myšlení, jako že chce placenout svoji consciousness do něčeho. Nevím. Nemám dostatečnou encyklopedickou knowledge, abych věděl, co tohleto vague as fuck statement znamená. Ale mám jen takovou zběžnou plus pár zmíněk něčeho hlubšího. That's me. So about the damage to the sacred Sakura, which is the reason we are here in the first place.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be sure to remind the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions of their duties in this regard. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about. I'm concerned about what else might escape from the sacred Sakura.
That's a tough one, all right. There's plenty more besides memories held in the ley lines.
Since you clearly understand, perhaps you could think about making an effort too. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I...
Yeah, that's all from me. Jakož odpovídali obě, tak asi nevzáleží, na kterou z nich kliknu, obě dvě mi odpoví. Tak jako tak. Well, to je jedinečná příležitost pro photo op. Samozřejmě oni se na mě budou otáčet, takže to bude takový strange. Jo, nějak bylo takhle v této vzdálenosti. God na photo ops, Yai Miko a Shogun. Možná tam nechám luminu. Take photo. Má trošku hlavu šišmo, ale that's the best I'm gonna get, so shush. To natočit tak, jak chci. Zhruba takhle. Vendrlem. Yay. Sure, save it. A dělám si screenshot pro sebe. Krásný screenshot. Takže tohle se mi hodně líbilo. Bylo všechno, co jsem doufal, že to bude a ještě víc. Taky jsem se bál, že na konci budu jenom párkrát bojovat, vyhýluji ty ruty a že tam pak nic nebude, ale měli schovaný ještě hodně toho. Jsem vůbec netušil prostě, že tam bude něco stejně velkýho, ne-li většího prostě nakonec. Protože většinou to zakončují nějakým masivním dialogem a ne nebo nějakým cinematikem a ne nějakým fightem. Takže jsem tušil, že něco přijde, ale že něco přijde tak masivního a tak důležitýho prostě, tak jako jsem velmi šťastný. Tohle konkrétní side story chaptera mě udělala velmi šťastným. Protože přesně takovouhle kind of story prostě je prostě důvod, proč tohle hru tak mám tak rád. Prostě samozřejmě si užíváme ty menší side story, jako minulý díl s Tomou. Ale tohleto, co už přijde jednou za čas, prostě něco takového kalibru, prostě je to hodně velká je to hodně velká střela a vždycky to udělá do mě díru, prostě chvíli nad takovýma věcmi musím přemítat a prostě rozmýšlet nad tím, co se vlastně stalo a co jsem vlastně viděl. In any case, to bude od nás tří všechno, I guess. Od Shogun, Yaimiko a Luminy. Už tu takhle jsme spolu. A teď nás čeká jenom poslední povinnost. A to si něco půlnoc speciálního. Takže here we go. Pořád se spotýkáme s tímhletím bannerem, by the way. Že pořád můžeme dostat další Noel. A pořád můžeme dostat dalšího Razera Beneta. Což taky. I kdybych dostal Razer, tak Razera bych taky docela vzal. Ale to je takový ní. Takže dneska to vidím pravděpodobně na 2 a na 100% 2 a skoro určitě ne 3. Ale na rozdíl od předtím, kdy je to 1 a možná 2, tak tohle to je 2 a skoro určitě ne 3. Že ty 2 stačí, protože jak se několika z mě vypravili, tak dneska jsme prošli něčím speciálním, takže jsme si to vysloužili. Takže uvidíme, co nám udělá tečku po téhle velmi turbulentní charakter epizodě. se jako obvykle se pokloníme před RNGesem. RNGes, please grant us your epic loot. 3. Here. I'm waiting for it. Razor. 6. 7. Rust bow. Jsem hodně dlouho neviděl. 9. A 10. 2 čtyřkové věci, včetně zbraně jako druhou věc. Rustbow má momentálně Aloy, že to bude z toho celkem ráda. A Razor bude taky celkem happy jako grepy. Že první to menší věc. Ten Rustbow je atakovej. Když mám hodně luku a potom možná bych ho využil, tak ho absorbnu. Takže increase normal attack damage by teďkon 60% and bot decreases charge attack damage, no, takže pasivně jsou normální ataky o 60% silnější než normálně. Takže normal attack damage se mi v podstatě zvednul. Prostě na rovinu. Takže jo, ta bude hodně ráda. Nemaj zač, Aloy. Nemaj zač. Taky se stavíme za naším chlapíkem tady vzadu. I když mu moc není věnováno pozornosti, tak pořád tu je. A teď má tohletu pasivku mezi těma dvěma level upama. When casting Clone Thunder, což je ten skill, tak při krátkém presu opponent's hit will have the defense decreased by 15%. Takže budou mít nižší defenzi, takže budou takeovat víc damage na chvíli. Je celkem cool. Je level up a na konci Razor Sword charges out the next normal attack with lightning TS attack electro damage and not using lightning fang. Takže v podstatě bude mít útoky normálně víc nabitý elektrem, jak to většinou bývá u těch posledních věcí, co jsem si všimnul. Jo, taky jsem vzpomněl tohletom za těch několik dní, že vyzvednu si trdem. Mi das. Dostal jsem další reziny. Těch je dobrý se nastakovat. Jej. Well, to by byl jeden. A už z toho jsem celkem naplněnej. Jako dostal jsem celkem dobrý look pro Aloy ještě jednou, takže Aloy dostala damage up. A Razor dostal defense debuff pro nepřítele, kdybych ho někdy využil a blíží se completionu. Takže tam hodím ještě ten druhý do té dvojce. Protože pak až budu v příštím díle, jak jsem říkal na začátku tohle dílu, dělat tu kezmu, tak tam vyhodím 1 nebo 2 ty, protože jich mám už tady 60, tak nějaký tady vyhodím tady. A až pak v tom dalším se vrátím na 1,5 tohohle. Takže mezi tím přes ten timeskip do toho kezm dílu a z kezm dílu menší timeskip do toho dalšího si je zase tady nahromadím. Takže here we go, pool number 2. Poslední pool tohohle dílu. Pray to RNGes, prosím, dej mi něco cool. Dej mi cool věc, kterou chci, a.k.a. Noel. Byl bych velmi šťasten. Hrej. Nebo jako, i kdyby měl novou zbraň, tak by to taky fajn, takže... Dropuje z tohohle 5kový zbraně, protože to bych se hodně smál. Bych se hodně smál, kdyby mi dropuje 5ková zbraň. Pět, 6. OK, už se držíme k poslední čtvrtině, takže here we go. Oh! OK. To bylo možná trošku víc nahlas, než jsem chtěl, ale I'll take it. I mean, I am gonna take it. Thank you. Awesome. Yes! Je tam. Je tam Noel. OK. Takže jsme dostali Noel a ještě Jean power up. Oh boy. OK. Well. Tak rozezněte fanfáry, protože Noel je finished. Namastrovaná, napowerupovaná Noel, která bude teďkon vrekovat šíleným způsobem. Super mega velký geomatch ultimátový skill bude dávat 50% víc ataku based on defense. Takže mega velký power up dostane damageově. Additionally, every opponent defeated during the skill's duration adds up to the duration. Takže to bude trvat tím díl, čím víc jich posekám. Ding! Yeah! A teďkon jedna konstelace na Jean. Jsem nečekal, že zrovna ty dva, co budou mít konstelaci, jsou Jean a Diluc, který jsou svázáni osudem i v příběhu. Tak jsou i svázáni je tímhle. Ale OK. Jean a její první konstelace, ale projdu si, co je skill, co je to gameplay skill. Protože to asi bude zmíněný. Možná. Že Spiraling Tempest increases the pulling speed of Gale Blade after holding for more than 1 second and increases the damage dealt by 40%. To je docela masivní damage upgrade a síla toho přitahování bude zvýšena. Takže to bude větší vysavač dovnitř. A ještě to bude dávat větší ránu. Jako viděl jsem hromadu konstelací, hromadu pasiv upgradeů na různý skilly za ty měsíce a roky. Protože samozřejmě hodně jsem se jich poodemykal a 5 stary mají hodně užitečný konstelace. Jako 5 stary mají hodně užitečný, to musím říct. Protože jako obě dvě věci by byly totálně v pohodě upgrade, ale teď dohromady najednou jsou jakože totálně jakože what the fuck. Takže teď končí bude víc overpowered než předtím. Takže očekávejte, že uvidíte Jean trošku víc častěji než předtím. Že jim možná zařídím tu 80. Zbývá jenom na farmy tyhlety a level unlock to hodí. Taky mi to dá jednu tu wishballu za 80. Její zbraníka taková už je na 80. A tady je taky celkem happy. Well. Každopádně. In any case se s váma loučím, to bude už opravdu všechno. Udělali jsme i to poslední, co nám zbývalo a zažili jsme nečekaný rezulty, ze kterých reeluju ještě teďkon. Takže nezbývá než to ukončit, než se složím jako domeček z karet. Děkuju, že jste se dívali na tento velmi emočně nabitý díl. Děkuju, že jste se dívali. Uvidíme se příště u Kezmu a pokud budete spát, tak dobrou noc.